Good morning, everyone. So I am now about to start my day today, and the first thing that I need to do is find breakfast. So that's what we're going to be doing before I start my day, doing my beauty tour here in Tokyo. All right. So I am currently in the Ikebukuro area or district of Tokyo, and I have to find the subway station to take me to Ginza. So let's go find it. So according to Google Maps, it's gonna take me at least 40 minutes to get myself from Kimiryokan to Eggs and Things where I'll be having breakfast. So I just have to find my subway station called Kanamecho Station. Okay, here's the subway. Alright, let's go. So one thing, by the way, that you have to expect when you are going to public transport here in Tokyo, you are to expect to go through a lot of stairs, okay? And one other thing, this is my IC card, which I got when I was in Osaka back in 2018. And I never threw this away, but I just use this when I have to use public transport. And it's very easy to recharge this with money, either in 7-Eleven or at recharging stations at the train stations. Okay, so now I'm gonna be entering the subway car of this Yurakucho line. And one thing, by the way, that I have noticed with subway cars here is that there's actually an electronic signage here that shows you the names of the station where you're at and also the succeeding stations in English. So it gets translated, so that's actually quite great. And also one other thing, it also shows you at which point or which station it actually intersects with another subway line. So at least it's very easy for you to transfer from one subway line to another. But the most amazing thing that I have noticed here is that this electronic signage actually shows you which part or which car you are at in the subway line, and on the next station it's going to show you if you're close to the elevator, the escalator, or the stairs. So isn't that so great? Okay, so I have now arrived at Eggs and Things at the Kirarito Ginza building. It's located on the 4th floor inside it, by the way. And when I got here, there was already a line. So it took me around 30 minutes before I was ushered into the restaurant. And this is what I got for breakfast. So I have this huge omelette with some ham and mozzarella cheese and some spinach. It was actually so good. And I also had a side of pancakes, because when you tell me breakfast, pancakes always pops into my head. And also I have some coffee and some water. So let's enjoy this meal together. So after my breakfast of champions, it was time for me to head to Mitsuyoshi. So my first beauty store stop on this route of mine, and it's actually only located 600 meters away. So I actually found myself at the Tokyu Kotsukaikan building, and Mitsuyoshi is found inside here. So when you get to the front of the building, you have to walk through the side street first, and then you have to enter through the main entrance of the building. And then you just walk through the main lobby, and you have to walk one flight of stairs down to the basement. And as soon as you get there, you turn left, and Mitsuyoshi is found there. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't take any photos and videos of the store because it was not allowed. But this actually has a lot of theater related makeup, special effects makeup. So I actually had a wonderful time there. But I'm just so sad that I couldn't take pictures or photos in this store. Okay, so now it's time for me to head to the Shiseido Global Flagship Store, which is also located in Ginza, and it's only located 350 meters away from where I am right now. And when I got here, I was so surprised to see a very tall building. Yes, as you've heard me, it's a perfect 10. And I was actually so amazed by the building, and the facade here looks absolutely beautiful. So let's cross the street and head over inside. So this is how it looks inside. So it looks very chic and modern at the same time. And it's very bright and airy. I love it. Now, by the way, if you want to go shopping here, because this is a very interactive experience, you need to get a baller type of a bracelet here. And this can help you in your shopping process. And I have one in white. So let's go through, the things on display here is actually so amazing. I'm a little bit overwhelmed right now. And one other thing, this is an interactive type of setup here, and after you put your baller into the scanner here, you would have to choose your language, and stupid me, I didn't realize it was already in English, because what will happen now is that they're going to ask you some questionnaires, and after that they will give you product recommendations on what is going to be good for you basing on your answers from the questionnaires. And one thing I have to say though, all of the products that they recommended to me after answering the questionnaire were the products that I actually intended to buy before heading to Shiseido. So it's so cool. It's so it's like artificial intelligence, and I'm so surprised on how precise they were actually able to get it. Also, let's go around some more, and as you guys can see here, they have their brushes on display, especially near the foundation area. And also one other thing that I was so amazed is that they have this foundation testing machine. And again, I love it that it's very interactive. And as you guys can see here, I'm going to tap my baller into the scanner first, and then I'm just going to follow the instructions that is seen here on the screen. So I'm actually having a little bit of trouble trying to figure out how to use it, mainly because that was my first time, but I love how interactive it is. And it's actually so easy, and I'm so glad that somebody was actually right behind me to guide me through the process. Ah, sorry. Okay. So I put it here. And after the machine has assessed your skin tone, it's actually going to show you foundation recommendations. This is interesting because my skin tone is difficult to find because I have my Okay, I put my hand. Okay, like that. Now, unfortunately, the machine is not working, which bummed me out. So what I did is I went to the foundation bar right beside it, and I tried the foundations that the machine recommended. They gave me 240 and 310, but unfortunately, they were not a match for me because I have olive undertones in my skin, and most of the foundation that they have don't have olive undertones available. And anyway, so as I decided to walk around some more, I love the interactive nature of this store. Like, for example, if you just pick up a particular product, like let's say this sunscreen, it's gonna pop up here on the screen in front of you, and then if you don't understand what you see here, you just change the language, and all of the details that you need to know about the product that you picked up is gonna be there. So I'm gonna try another product, and it popped up here on the screen. So let me change the language here, and it's even going to show me the price of the product that I want to get. So after my purchase, I was actually ushered to the second floor here, and again, this looks so amazing, so beautiful. So I guess this is where you will go if you want to have like a one-on-one session with a sales associate, so that you can find the best products from Shiseido that will work for you. And just look at that, look at the display. You have a lot of the products on display here. And even I think these are like, you know, some of the ingredients that they use in their, like, you know, skincare products. Again, it's so amazing. And the reason why I am here is because I was told that I can actually have some of my products engraved. Camellia, of course. Next. How many? 2 patterns? 3?
18 you can choose.
Ah, okay. Tulip. Okay, next. Okay. Okay, so now the engraving process is going to start. So this is my lipstick, and it's in this, like, you know, receptacle. And when the machine is ready to go, this is going to slide inside. And then after that, it's going to get engraved. It's actually so cool and amazing. It's also very futuristic. How cool is that? So here it is. Can I get? And because I was so amazed by that, I also had my bottle of Ultimune from Shiseido engraved. So this one had an arabesque design, and my labeling, Love Torre, is also there. But the arabesque, you can't really see it. So when I do an unboxing of my things that I bought from Japan, maybe I'm going to show this to you guys clearly. So my time here at the Shiseido Global Flagship Store has come to an end, and as I was exiting the second floor, I was actually so surprised to see a menagerie of all the products of Shiseido here on the wall. It was actually so amazing. So now it's time to move onwards to my next location with my Shiseido haul. So I'm actually heading to the Benny Museum, which is located 33 minutes from the Shiseido Global Flagship Store, and I have to hop on the Ginza line to Shibuya. So the closest stop to the Benny Museum is Omotesando Station, and mind you, the stairs that you have to take to exit the station is breathtaking. I have to say. But anyway, so the main reason why I would like you guys to visit the Benny Museum is because it has an amazing display of makeup collection as early as the Edo period, during the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, like, you know, all the way to the 80s, and all the way into contemporary Japan. It's all makeup related. Now, unfortunately, on this day, it was closed because it was a Monday, but this is like a highly recommended stop of mine that you have to take. And I'm just going to insert here a few photos and videos that I took when I came here last March. So again, the reason why this is called Benny Museum is because the traditional form of rouge here in Japan is called Benny, and that's the product that you actually see here. And this is taken from the petals of the safflower. And again, at this portion, this is the makeup display that you can see all throughout the museum. It's a very small museum. You won't take long, like, you know, hanging around here. And I think if there were English translations, we would have stayed longer. But so far, like, you know, this is just a very nice, like, you know, introduction into Japanese makeup, and also, like, you know, a very nice cultural experience, especially if you're someone who's into the history of makeup and, like, you know, things of that nature. Okay, so right now I'm just backtracking a little bit, and I'm actually on my way to Hakuhodo. So Hakuhodo is located 9 minutes away, or it's around like 650 meters from the Benny Museum. So it's actually very close. All you have to do is just to walk straight up and you're there. So I'm very excited to be here right now because this kind of like completes my visit of most of the major stores of Hakuhodo. So I have been to the Kyoto flagship store, I have been to the Hiroshima head office store, but I have never been into their Tokyo store. So I'm very excited to be here. So the office is actually located on the 3rd floor of the Bernard Odd building, and all you have to do is to enter through the main entrance and go up the elevator, and you're actually there. Now the store is actually very bright, which is actually amazing because this is like, you know, the typical type of setup that you will see in a Hakuhodo store. Now on the left hand side, by the way, when you exit the elevator, you can actually see this wonderful display of makeup brushes from the S100 Vermilion series, and I'm sure the brush heads here are made of squirrel hair, so it's actually very impressive, I have to say. Now one thing though, this brush that you're going to be seeing right now is also very expensive, and you can see that it has a very nice Hello Kitty design on the handle. Now the next brush, this brush is also very expensive, and the handle is made of glass. Now I asked them what type of goat hair is used here, but they won't tell me. So it's very typical of Hakuhodo to do that because you know, I think it's a trade secret, which I do understand. So aside from makeup brushes, there are a ton of calligraphy brushes here and painting brushes, because there are not only, like, you know, makeup enthusiasts who come into the store, there are also painters and calligraphers. Now what else is here? So this is the full display of the S100 Vermilion series from Hakuhodo. So this is their flagship brush series, and they look so amazing. If I only had all the money in the world, I would buy all of them in one go. Look at that. Is that so cool? Now what else is here? Yeah, so look, by the way, so these are the traditional makeup brushes. You have the Itabake brushes, then you have the Yachio brushes. They look so pretty being displayed like this. Now what else is here? There's also one, okay, here at the bottom, these brushes, they are actually used to clean kimonos. How cool is that? Amazing, right? And they also have, like, you know, these travel type of brush sets, which I find so cute. And oh yes, they also have books here on display which you can peruse through if you want to. This is near the counter, so if I only had all the time in the world today, I would go through each book one by one. So yeah, so that sums up my visit in Hakuhodo. So I can't wait to show you guys the brushes that I got. Okay, so now let's head to the Shu Uemura flagship store, and it's located 10 minutes away from Hakuhodo, so it's around 800 meters. Now, one thing though that I have to say is that when I got close to the shop, I was actually so surprised that the store looks like their makeup kit. Can you see that? Look how eccentric that is. I was actually very pleasantly surprised, and only the Japanese can think of such a thing. So let's enter the store now and peruse through it. Okay, and the final stop on my Tokyo beauty tour is at Cosme, and it is actually located 9 minutes walk from the Shu Uemura flagship store, which is like around 600 meters. Now, this is actually directly in front of the new JR Harajuku station. And as you guys can see right now, there's a lot of people inside. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to record anything, but just wish me luck as I go through a sea of people in this store. Hey guys, so I'm back in my room here in Kimiryokan, and I am exhausted. The light is horrible, but it's fine. So I believe I've walked for at least 15 kilometers today, so that's actually not my record. My record is 21 kilometers, which I walked in Kumano back in 2019. Anyways, I'm just doing this because I am going to be closing out my vlog. I hope that you enjoyed my little adventure here in Tokyo, because that's the shops that I visited today were actually on my list because I wanted to visit them for a really long time. So the flagship store of Shiseido, the flagship store of Shu Uemura, and of course Hakuhodo. So I did buy some stuff, so of course there'll be a video for this coming when I get back home to the Philippines. And yes, I also bought something from Shiseido, and I brought a fan with me from the Philippines because I knew this was going to come in handy with the warm weather here right now. And also I can actually use this as like, you know, like an umbrella of sorts. Yeah, but anywho, so what else did happen? So I think a lot happened, and like, you know, I couldn't voice over things earlier, or I couldn't talk while I was doing videos because one, I was embarrassed, and second, I think I might have to mute down a lot of the videos because there were music playing in the background. So like, you know, copyright, if you know what I mean. So I would like to avoid that. And what else? So yeah, so the last shop that I went to was at Cosme. Now, I wasn't able to do a lot of videos there because as soon as I got inside, I got overwhelmed. There was a lot of people inside, so it was very futile to shoot anything because it was crazy there. So at Cosme is like you know, Sephora or Ulta maybe in the United States, or I don't know what's the version of that in the UK, but yeah, there were a lot of people there. So that's it. But I didn't buy anything as well because you know, there were a lot of makeup and skincare that you could choose from, but with just so many choices, I got overwhelmed. Like, especially I just came from here, like, you know, the Shiseido flagship store. I came from Shu Uemura. I also came from Hakuhodo. So I was only there for one specific thing, while at Cosme there were a lot. So I just got really overwhelmed by it. So anyway, so yeah, so that's it for me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If there's any more questions about, like, you know, the stores I visited today, or like, you know, whatever that you guys saw on this vlog, please let me know down in the comments box and let's have a conversation about it. All right, so I'm gonna let you go now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you're having a good day wherever you are. Bye.